dangerous diet causing a health alert tonight. It involves cotton balls and juice and can be extremely harmful to your body.
In 2013, model Bria Murphy sat down on Good Morning America and shared a rumor from the fashion world that sounded almost impossible. She said she had heard of models eating cotton balls dipped in orange juice to feel full. Not a supplement, not a strange powder in a shiny bottle. Actual cotton balls from a bathroom counter, soaked in juice, then swallowed as if they could replace a meal. At first, it sounded like an urban legend, the kind of story people repeat because it feels too strange to be true. Then health experts began warning people. News stations picked it up. Social media did not have to invent the danger. It only had to make it easy to find. Soon the rumor had a name, the cotton ball diet. But 2013 was not really the beginning. It was the year the public finally saw it. Reports at the time said the practice had already been around for years. Before it reached mainstream attention, it moved through smaller spaces, backstage whispers, online forums, teen communities, and late-night corners of the internet, where fear could sound like advice if someone called it a hack. That is what makes this story hard to shake. Not only that someone swallowed cotton, but that the idea found people who understood the pressure behind it. Somewhere that rumor becomes a real choice. A girl stands alone in a bathroom before a casting call, a weigh-in, a photo shoot, or maybe just another day inside a body that never feels small enough. On the counter sits a glass of orange juice. Beside it is a bag of cotton balls. They look harmless there, soft and ordinary, like something meant for makeup or first aid. Nothing about them looks dangerous. Nothing warns her that this could end in an emergency room. Her stomach is empty. The mirror is not kind. Clothes sit on the floor like proof that something about her needs to be fixed. When the cotton touches the juice, it soaks it up instantly. For one brief second, the idea feels clever. Not healthy, not safe. Just clever in the way a bad idea can feel clever when someone has been cornered long enough. In that moment, the hope is simple. Make the hunger stop long enough to get through tomorrow. Then she swallows. Inside the stomach, the fantasy ends. Something has entered. It is not food. The cotton ball diet did not grow from logic. It grew from an environment where thinness could decide who got chosen, who got paid, and who disappeared from the room without anyone needing to explain why. In fashion, the body was often treated like part of the product. A model could walk into a casting and be measured before being heard. The tape, the zipper, the sample size, and the camera angle all spoke before she did. Cruelty did not always arrive as shouting. Sometimes it sounded polite. She needs to lose a little. She is not sample size. She photographs wide. Maybe next season. No one had to say, stop eating, because the room already had its own language. After enough time in that room, hunger could stop feeling like a signal and start feeling like sabotage. Breakfast gets skipped. Lunch gets pushed aside. By the time dizziness shows up, it can be mistaken for discipline. Eventually, when enough people reward the shrinking, even a cotton ball can start to look less like a bathroom item and more like a solution. No one is born believing cotton belongs in orange juice. A culture has to teach someone to fear food that much. The trick worked only in the way a lie works. Briefly, a stomach does not know whether something is a secret, a trend, or a mistake. It only knows when space has been filled. Real food stretches the stomach, signals the brain, breaks down, and gives the body something it can use. Cotton copies the first part and skips the rest. It takes up space without giving the body protein, vitamins, minerals, or fuel. For a few minutes, hunger may get quiet. A person might even think it worked. Beneath that silence, though, the rest of the system is still waiting. The brain needs fuel. So does the heart. So do the muscles. Every part of a living person is asking for something real, and the stomach has nothing useful to send. Something is in the tank, but the car still has no gas. Feeling full is not the same as being fed. A cotton ball looks harmless because it is built to look harmless. It belongs beside lotion, makeup remover, bandages, and glass jars on bathroom counters. People associate it with softness and cleaning, not danger. That image is part of the trap. Soft does not mean safe. Clean does not mean edible. Even the word cotton can make the whole thing sound more natural than it is. Some cotton balls contain man-made fibers. Others may be bleached, treated, or mixed with materials that were never meant to move through a person's body. A person desperate enough to try this is probably not standing there reading labels. She is trying to get away from the feeling that her body is too much. So the cotton goes in looking clean. What happens next is not clean at all. Once swallowed, cotton becomes a problem the body never asked for. The stomach squeezes, the intestines push. A long living system tries to move the material forward the same way it moves food. But cotton does not act like food. It does not soften into fuel or break down into something useful. Instead, it can absorb liquid, gather with other material, and form a mass the intestine cannot easily move. Doctors call a hard mass like that a bezoar. Strange word, very real problem. A blockage can start quietly, then turn fast. Food, fluid, and gas back up behind whatever is stuck. The pressure rises, the pain sharpens, and vomiting can begin because the body is trying to send everything back the way it came. That is not a normal stomach ache. It is the body pulling the fire alarm. If it stays there long enough, the intestine can stretch too far, blood flow can suffer, and damaged tissue can open the door to infection. The original research referenced a 2003 medical case where cotton formed a blockage in the small intestine and required surgery. That detail moves the story out of rumor and into a much colder place, an operating room. In that case, surgeons opened the patient's belly and found cotton threads packed inside the small bowel. By then, there was nothing soft or clean about it. The cotton had become a foul-smelling mass trapped inside a living body. The same material that looked weightless in someone's hand had become heavy enough to stop movement and serious enough to require a knife. Surgeons had to cut into the intestine to remove it. Part of the bowel was damaged. A section had to be taken out, and the healthy ends had to be reconnected, from orange juice to bowel surgery. Try selling that as a beauty tip. This was never a runway secret. It was a body being pushed past its limit, while the standard that pushed it stayed untouched. The industry asked for smaller, the internet offered a shortcut, and the body got the bill. The cotton ball diet eventually faded from headlines, but the fear underneath it did not disappear. It just learned how to sound cleaner. Reset, detox, cleanse, challenge, glow up. Body goals. Different packaging, same old bargain, be smaller, need less, take up less room, and if it hurts, call it dedication. That is why this story still lands. Not because most people are eating cotton balls, but because too many people understand the shame that could make a bathroom item look like relief. The horror was never only the cotton in the stomach. It started before that, in the mirror, in the empty stomach, and in the clothes on the floor. It started with the belief that hunger meant failure. A cotton ball is not food, and a body should never have to be punished into silence. Once thinness is treated like something worth any price, even cotton in orange juice can start to look reasonable. A bathroom item becomes dinner, and a person is left to survive the consequences. And that is the cost of thinness.